Gotta move on here. I'm having space problems. So just kind of talk about some tricks that I have learned over time about space problems. So I have, it was good to talk about um, favor because I have 75 favor with the coin lords. I have a fourth inventory tab. And so kind of my layout. So this is where I want most of my stuff. I've got my bags here, my thieves tools, my reagents, and then most of my stuff when I get questioned, I want to fall into here. And then this tab is where I've got my weapons. This tab is where I've got all my jewelry and clothing that I have left over. And then this is my fourth tab is where I have potions. And then the bank. As a default, everybody starts with one tab for the bank. And if you get 75 house K favor, you get a second tab. And if you get 150 house K favor, you get a third tab. As you can see, I'm at 28. I'm not anywhere close to having a third tab. So we go, if you look over here, so what have I got in my storage? I have this fighter here, tower. If I ever have to do a quest where I need somebody with strength, I want to be able to pull this guy out and not have to hire him again. And then I've got low-level items I've picked up that if I'm going to want to use for crafting, I have those. And then I have things that I want to sell. I did the DDO, and then I've got some weapons that are made of metal, adamantine, Bayesh, and silver. For when I need those, I'll use those for crafting. So, I'm getting full. When I just did my last quest, I went to do the quest reward, and it said you're full. And and some of this, like I could sell these two guys here. Nice girl. But I'm gonna inscribe a spell later on when I get a scroll. It's kind of wasteful. So, kind of talk about some of the things that we can do to do this. Now I have a medium collectible bag of 30 and a medium collectible bag of 12, and so they're almost full. I don't. So if I get a new collectible, what am I going to do? Well, what I do is I have bought another medium collectible bag, and I'm using that. Now, I can't have two medium collectible bags at the same time. All right, but I can stick this medium bag over here, and then I can pull this one here, and then I stick items over here that aren't too cared about. So right now, the way I have this structured, laid out is I have the harbor and the marketplace in my big bag. And then I have House K and House J in the small bag. And over here is kind of everything else. House Deneath, festivals. And I actually, House P, and then I filled up the marketplace. So I actually stuck these crypt moss worms over here because they're not worth anything. I've got to save up enough that I can turn them in for an augment. So, kind of do that. That's one way of creating space for me, is to have a second bag that I'm storing over there. I have upgraded my gem bag to a medium gem bag, so that I don't, when I get to the 7th gem, I don't overflow my inventory. Small ingredients bag, I have, here we go, a tiny ingredients bag. I got that one when I first came to Stormreach. And it stores, surprisingly enough, scarabs. So the scarabs I've been picking up on the Necropolis quest, I can keep in here until I have enough, and then I can go ahead and use that. But one thing I should be doing is I should be listing after every quest, particularly things I don't really care about, like arrows. And bolts. Those guys, I list them for 50 and 75. Boom, boom. Just get them out of my inventory. They're not a significant amount of money, but they are money, and just get them here. Well, I've been only listing once per day. I mean, twice per quest. So I don't want to do that. And well, you know, so this guy here is a want to cure moderate wounds. I want to list him, but I don't want to do that. So, the one really nice solution is, if you have the points, is to get a shared account bank. Because what you can do here is, even if you have just 10, it's awesome. Because what you can do is I could, go, like I've gotten the Tomb of the Necropolis too. I'm getting level 10 items. Level 11 items. From the quest reward. I'm like, whoa, well, I'm not 11 level. So what I can do is I can throw this into here and throw this into here, and boom, that clears up some space for me. Throw there, throw there, throw there. Yay! So that frees up the space that I need so I don't fill up on my quests. But let's say I have just space for 10. I bought 40, which if I have space of 10, I can then exit out, I can create a new character, level 1, never ever use them, and just have them go to the bank, and then I can pull this out and put that into their inventory. And I can do that, just have, what they're called, these type of characters are called mules. I can have mules that, they can hold, this is, I think, 20, 40, 60, 80 items for me in inventory. Just waiting for the day that, when I'm going to go ahead and list this stuff. So that's, a really good choice. That frees up my inventory for other things. And so that's, now what if I don't want to do that? Okay. Like I've been keeping these potions here, and I just keep them until I can list them on the auction house. I'm not really a big fan of them. Let's actually come back here. So we'll grab that. Grab this. One other thing that you can do is you can mail stuff. Well, I could, rather than use a shared bank to drop this stuff off to a mule, I could send it to a mule. If you have two computers, you can create a separate account that's just a separate DDO account. That's a free mule account, and you can then join, dual box, have your mules meet, your mule meet your main character, and then you can have your handed off to there, and to there. So another one is I can compose, I can mail to, let's just go ahead and mail it to me. And so let's say I want to, these potions resist acids. I'm tired of having them, they take up inventory space. I'm just waiting there. So I could just go ahead and send this to me. And, can't send it to myself. So I'd have to send it to a mule. And then the mule would, whenever they are ready to send it back, they would just send it back to me, mail it back to me whenever I do it. Now, kind of one of the problems with that is the cost of this is proportionate to the cost of the item. So, we saw this potion here is 60. So the cost to do that is 1.2. Whereas if I want to send this nice ring, 4,400, my cost to send that is 88. So I guess it's 2%. Looks like 2% of the value of the item. And then this guy here. So you don't want to send valuable items. You'd want to send, not so valuable items. But, like The potion of invisibility is a good item. I'm just gonna hold on that until I have an invisibility. So, anyways, that's kind of how I'm gonna handle my storage issues. I'm gonna just put my guys in the shared bank, so I'll have them there when I do the listing. But that's storage. Some little tips to help you with your storage issues.